UFC 281, it's almost here. Israel Adesanya and Alex Pereira. This is without a doubt one of the biggest fights of the year, man. I can't wait. First off, I want to give praise to Israel Adesanya for even taking this fight because he didn't have to do it. Alex Pereira is relatively new in the UFC and probably shouldn't even be fighting Israel Adesanya right now. Let's be completely honest. He's only a few fights in. For him to have a championship fight right now is kind of crazy. But Israel being the man that he is, hey, he called for the fight. Obviously, these two fighters have history. Everybody knows about it. They fought twice. Israel Adesanya lost twice. Not only did he lose twice, he got knocked out, KO'd, sleep, night-night, bedtime with no sheet. The reason I have to give praise to Adesanya is because he took this fight. He done already lost twice. He'd have been knocked out, sleep. The first time they fought, it was a technical fight. Alex Pereira won. A technical fight with Israel Adesanya. The second time, Israel Adesanya decided to go with a different game plan and went in there and was more of a slugger and was catching him, even got a standing count on him, but ended up getting knocked out. You tried two different ways to beat this man and you lost both times. You couldn't beat him technically, went for a second time and got knocked out by a cold left. So for Israel to call for this fight says a lot about his character. Obviously, he thinks he's grown as a fighter and is confident that he can win this fight. And he'd be completely right. 100%. He is not the same fighter. He's completely different from his kickboxing days. But Alex is not the same fighter either. He's grown. He's grown into the fighter that he is today. Neither one of these men will be fighting the same fighter that they fought in the past. That's 100% for sure. Not only will they not be fighting the same fighter, they're not even fighting in the same sport. This is MMA, not kickboxing. And if you take that fact right there, the odds will lean towards Israel Adesanya, being that he's been in the UFC for years, fought many MMA fights, and Alex, well, he's newer. He hasn't fought as many MMA fights as Israel Adesanya. But does that even matter? Let's be realistic. This is gonna be a kickboxing match. You're gonna have two of the best kickboxing fighters in the MMA match. That's all that's gonna happen. It's gonna be a kickboxing match in the octagon. Nobody's gonna shoot in this fight. Nobody. Need I remind you, Israel Adesanya's been in the UFC for how many years? And he's never shot on anybody. Absolutely nobody. Israel Adesanya has never shot ever, period. And I don't see Alex Pereira, world-class kickboxer, all of a sudden shooting for a takedown on Israel Adesanya. It doesn't make sense. So we will 100% have a kickboxing match with small gloves. So what's going to happen, man? We don't know. We do not know. I believe we're going to have a technical fight by Israel Adesanya. People call it boring, but it's very technical. You got to know what you're looking at to appreciate the fighter. And on Alex's side, well, you have a very, very skilled, technical, and powerful puncher that Israel's going to have to watch out for. And if anybody knows, Israel knows. He's been knocked out by him. He knows what he needs to watch out for. He knows what he needs to work on. He knows he needs to stay away from that punch. Being who he is today, I don't think that he's going to have too much of a problem with that. We don't see Israel get caught too many times. In the last fight, Whitaker was catching him. When he tripled up that jab, Whitaker was catching Israel Adesanya more than he usually gets caught. But Israel's going to have to watch out for Pierre's hands. He could obviously knock him out with big-ass gloves. With these little tiny gloves here, if he touches Israel Adesanya, it's going to be a problem, and he's going to go night-night again. No sheet, no cover. And that's not going to be a good look on me. This is as good a fight as any. They're very well matched up, same height, same reach. And they both believe that they're the best in the world. Alex has a little more on him, being that they fought twice and he's won twice. And Israel Adesanya is 0 for 2. 0 for 2. And he called for this fight. You got to give him praise for that. That's a brave man. If anybody else was in Israel's position, they would say, nah, he just came in the UFC. He hasn't earned the right to fight me yet. But Israel Adesanya said, forget that. Hey, I'll fight him right now. I don't know if it's stupid or smart, but I know it's brave. Because if that was me, man, you'd have to work your way up. I have another video on this fight breaking it down, but I just really wanted to speak on it because I'm so excited for it. I believe this is Israel Adesanya's biggest test, being that this is his nemesis, the only guy that he could not beat, the guy that knocked him out, and the guy that beat him technically. If he's ever been in any trouble, this is it. This is the fighter he needs to watch out for. You have to believe this is the man that he's been thinking about this entire time. This entire time. Every time he wins a fight, he always has that in the back of his mind, that this guy knocked me out and this guy beat me technically. I've never been able to beat this guy. So I don't know if that's going to work good for him, if it's going to work out bad for him, but we'll see. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Tell me who you think's going to win. Hope you enjoyed the video. This is B with
第
AbsorbMma.
3回合，
This is B with AbsorbMma. Like, share, and subscribe.